What's up guys, and welcome back to some more Mega Evolution possibility video for Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. This is the first one of these videos I'm recording after the reveal of the 3 Mega Evolutions in Coral the other day, so now we can actually, we know there are Mega Evolutions or new Mega Evolutions being introduced in Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which means all this speculation isn't for nothing. We may well get some of these Mega Evolutions coming along in future, or in Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire rather. So as usual with these videos, is my opinion. I like your feedback though, so please do leave feedback down in the comment section below, and I'll sort of read through that and see what you guys think about all these sets and all these suggestions I am making. But for now, let's get on with the video and we'll see what we can look at now. So at the end of the last video we looked at Mega Cradley, so now we're looking at Mega Armaldo. So Armaldo, being a Generation 3 fossil Pokemon, is a rock bug type, sort of to go alongside Cradley's rock grass type, since it fits in that sense there. And it's a pretty decent Pokemon. It's not an amazing fossil Pokemon because it is weak to a fair amount of things, but it is pretty decent. So what would a Mega Evolution or Mega Armaldo look like? Well, I couldn't find any good art for it, so here is a picture of something that Mega Armaldo is actually based off of. You can sort of see similarities there with the plates and the things and whatever, but that's what it's based off of. I just thought I'd put that there. But what would a Mega Armaldo look like? Well, I'm doing an offensive build here for Armaldo, so I'd assume its claws would get a lot sharper, sort of thing. Maybe its tail getting some more spikes, so it has a use there. Maybe it's sort of the 2 plates on its back there at the moment sort of go in and sort of just become one, so it's nice and agile. Maybe its feet get a bit longer and more bulky, so it's good for running and whatever. But yeah, really, I'm just looking for an offensive, spiky Mega Armaldo there. So, typing for Mega Armaldo, much like Mega Cradley, I think it would retain the typing. It would just stay as rock bug type, rock bug type as its Mega Evolution. I have no idea what else it would change to. I mean, if it hardened up and became rock steel type, it's a possibility, but I'm looking mainly at rock bug type there for Mega Armaldo. Stat change wise, I would see a Mega Armaldo having a rise in attack and speed, and then a drop in defense or special defense, or not necessarily a drop, but not much of an increase really, because that's what I see for Mega Armaldo. As I said, a offensive, fast defensive Pokemon with not much in defense, so maybe a small defense drop, but not too much. And then sort of go along with that ability being Battle Arm, which I think is the one that prevents critical hits. Solid Rock is just a counterpart to Filter. Or Sniper was the other one I thought of for Mega Armaldo. I think Sniper would just fit the design really, and obviously that makes it a lot easier for you to get critical hits, which could be helpful in the end. And obviously if we're building an offensive set here, Sniper is probably going to be better than Battle Armor, just because of the fact that you're not really going to be hanging around too much, so the critical hit, sort of the reduction, or the no critical hits really, doesn't really matter a whole lot, whereas Sniper could be very helpful in some situations, you know, put on a wide lens or whatever, the scope lens I think it is, put on a scope lens. Not sure if Armaldo gets focus energy, but if it does, that could be a very viable play there. But I think that's all we really have to say for Mega Armaldo. It's a pretty basic Mega Evolution, no type change, just a basic fast, high attacking Mega Evolution there with some abilities. Let me know what you think about the Mega Armaldo set down in the comment section below. But for now, let's move on to the next Pokemon, which is Mega Milotic. Yes, this is what a lot of people want to see. I want to see Mega Milotic because I think it'd be very nice to have that Mega Evolution in there. And yeah, Milotic, pure water type. Again from Generation 3. It's a very nice Pokemon. It's reasonably bulky, it's pretty good special attacking too, and obviously it's run, or at least I run it with an Assault Vest now every now and again, so Mega or normal Milotic is viable, and Mega Milotic would be pretty cool. What it would look like in terms of that, we have this image here, which is, it's not exactly what I'd imagine it being, but it's similar, you know, sort of tail getting more extravagant, something along those lines. You can see in this one, its hair has sort of become like arms and hands, which could be possible, but I don't see it happening too, very likely to be happening. And obviously its cream-coloured body is sort of just retracted up to the head, which looks really good in my opinion. So, but I would sort of just see Mega Milotic being more extravagant in its normal form. Its tail obviously being a big act on that, and maybe its hair, wings, whatever you want to call them, sort of adapting to that as well. Maybe get some blue streaks in them, something along those lines. But what typing would Mega Milotic be? Well, one typing's always stuck through for me for Mega Milotic, but then another one came around when I was sort of looking through what people suggested and whatnot. So the first typing that I would expect my Mega Milotic to be would be a Water Fairy type, which would be an extremely good typing because Water Fairy is quite nice. You know, you take a neutral from Steel, so you've lost that weakness there. Obviously, Poison's still a threat there, but you're immune to Dragon type moves. You know, you have a really good typing in general. which is going to be quite nice. But the other typing I then sort of heard about or saw suggested somewhere, which I think could also work, would be a water dragon type, you know, gaining some dragon-like features that would make it viable for water dragon, because Milotic looks a bit like Dragonair, to be fair. You know, it does look a bit like Dragonair, so you can't deny that it could then have some changes to it and become a water dragon type. That's a possibility, that's just saying it's a possibility. Stat change wise, for Mega Milotic, I would see a special attack and a special defense increase mainly going up. Maybe a bit in speed, but not a huge amount. But mainly in special attack and special defense, so it gets more bulky in special attack to do more damage, and more bulky in special defense to take more damage, really. And then that sort of goes along with its two abilities, or the two possible abilities I've suggested here. First one is competitive, which when one of its other stats is reduced, or one of its stats is reduced, its special attack is increased, which is good because, you know, if you send it in the right time, in the right situation, that could be very good for you. Or the other one I thought about for Mega Milotic was multi-scale, which I think would be very good, especially if you're going for a special bulk. It means your multi-scale is going to be very prominent there. It's going to be, you know, helping you out there, and obviously Milotic gets recover, so that's recover with multi-scale is going to be quite powerful, especially if you, you know, if you mix it with a calm mindset. I'm pretty sure Milotic gets calm mind. If you calm mind up a couple of times, your special defense is going to be really high, as well as your special attack. Obviously defense might not be as high, so that's the thing you want to watch out for with Milotic there. All the possible Mega Milotic I'm suggesting there, but I think that would work well overall. You know, either of those abilities would be pretty cool. Competitive, because, you know, they might want to end up reducing stats just in case, or maybe an Intimidate user comes out, lowers your attack. Who cares about attack? Special attack boosts up by 2, which is very nice there, but very powerful in that situation. And multi-scale would also be helpful because it would allow you to be very bulky and very useful in that sense, as long as you manage to handle it well. Obviously Toxic's a thing there, so you also want to watch out for that too, but, you know, that's to look at in strategies with aromatherapy and such. And the final Mega Evolution we're looking at today is Mega Dusknoir. Yes, obviously, Dusknoir is a Generation 4 Pokemon, much like Roserade, which we looked at in the other episode, but Dusclops and Duskull and Dusclops, rather, were introduced in Generation 3 and were home Pokemon, so that's why Dusknoir might end up getting a Mega Evolution here. And obviously, Dusknoir is, or Dusclops rather, was featured on Phoebe's teams in the Elite Four, which means Dusknoir will probably replace them, and obviously we could see Mega Dusknoir then coming into play if the Elite Four has to have Mega Evolutions. We don't quite know. Anyway, Dusknoir is a pure Ghost type Pokemon, making it sort of, you know, a bit, you could have some fun with Mega Dusknoir, but really it's not going to change a huge much in my opinion. In terms of design, this is the art I got here, which is, I like this art actually. You know, the arms break away from the body. It becomes, you know, some slight differences on its chest with the designs and such, and sort of the thing around its head, what would you call it? Damn, what would you call it? Don't know what you call it. Around its neck, it sort of becomes a solid thing, and then the bell, I guess you call it, on its head comes off, and, you know, stuff like that. So slight changes, apart from the arms, obviously, coming out from the body, which I really quite like, and I really would think would fit quite well. In terms of typing for Mega Dusknoir, I see one of two typings, either staying pure Ghost, because obviously looking at this art, at least there hasn't been a huge change, so I wouldn't expect there to be a type change for that, at least, or Ghost Psychic, which is my other prediction there, Ghost Psychic, because just, it depends on how much it changes. Obviously here the hands come away from the body, so Psychic could be used for that, but I think a Ghost Psychic type would be really interesting to see as well. I don't think we've had one before, don't prove me wrong if you think we have, I'm not sure. Hooper is Hooper Ghost Psychic? I think it is, I'm not sure, but it will work quite well. I think it would, you know, be interesting to see how it would work. Obviously 4 times weak to Ghost type moves, 4 times weak to Dark type moves, so obviously it would have a few weaknesses there you have to watch out for, but it could be useful in some situations and whatnot. Stat change wise for Mega Dusknoir, I'm going for a defensive build for this, so defense and special defense up and speed down, or speed sort of staying same, not going down much, or just not going up much sort of thing. So I'm seeing a defensive build for Dusknoir, just because it's reasonably bulky already, so I think a defensive build would work quite well with Calm Mind maybe, something like that. Just sort of helping it, sticking the battle, taking the hits sort of thing, and just being a general wall, I guess. Not a huge wall because it's possible 4 times weakness to Ghost and Dark, but a wall nonetheless, and, you know, getting some good stabs there. You could have a stab Psychic, you know, stab Ghost or whatever, you know, you get what I mean there, guys. Ability wise for Mega Dusknoir, I see it having Cursed Body would be my prediction, because if you're being defensive and such like that, Cursed Body would work really quite well, I think, at least, because obviously then they're using an attack, they might use the only attack they have that's super effective against you, and then say it gets disabled because of Cursed Body, then they're screwed, they can't use that attack again, so then you've got a few turns to heal up with, you know, I don't know what Dusknoir gets in terms of health restoration, but you know, if it gets anything at all. But you get what I mean there, guys. You could have a rest set, maybe with Sleep Talk, something along those lines. Rest, Sleep Talk, Calm Mind, and Shadow Ball would work quite well. Obviously, you have to watch out then for the normal types and such, but you guys get what I mean along those lines. So Curse Body I think would work quite well as an ability. I'm not sure what other abilities it could get. You know, Curse Body was really all I could think of, so... But guys, I think this is where we're going to end this Mega Evolution speculation video. As I said at the start, please leave any thoughts you have down in the comment section below on either Mega Armaldo, Mega Milotic, or Mega Dusknoir. All three of those. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and if you have any more suggestions for any of the typings, any of the stat changes, or any of the abilities, let me know down below. I'll check them out and see what you guys think, and I'll be seeing you next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.